Hey hikers, it's Lee with Trailside Fitness. Today we're going to talk about exercises you may want to avoid if you're training for a long distance hike and what some better options would be. Stay tuned. I get asked a lot by hikers which exercises are good and which ones maybe should they avoid in their training. So we're going to go over some common exercises that hikers do that may not be the best use of their time. Now, I've mentioned before that there's no good exercise or bad exercise, but context here is really important. So for example, if you're recovering from like a groin strain or some sort of quad injury, you're gonna need machines like the abduction-adduction machine for your legs or maybe the knee extension machine. As rehab machines, they work great and they can isolate the muscles that you need to help you with your recovery. The downside is a lot of times these movements don't really look like regular everyday movements, so they may not be the best use of your time in terms of getting in and preparing for a hike. So with that context of good versus bad exercise out of the way, we're going to take a look at some exercises that are maybe not well suited for hikers and what you can do instead to get the most bang for your buck. One exercise that isn't going to serve hikers very well is the standard bicep curl. Now, yeah, you may need to lift your pack up and that's going to create some sort of a curl moment, but that is going to be such a very small percentage of your actual hike, it's not really worth training that on its own. A better exercise might be a curl and a press, which is going to now incorporate more of a functional movement pattern, and it's also going to help strengthen the shoulders, which is going to be really helpful when you actually have your pack on your back. The next exercise we're going to talk about is tricep extensions. Again, this is a really isolating movement for the triceps on the back of the arm, but doesn't really serve hikers a lot of purpose there. Really, the only time you use your triceps on a hike is pushing your trekking poles into the ground. A better option would be some sort of a dip, which is going to incorporate the chest and shoulders a lot more, and this is going to create a more stable platform for your pack. I like to think of dips as the squat for the shoulder. Such a great movement, so much benefit, it's definitely worth putting into your program. Alrighty, next one is the pec deck or the pec machine. This machine is really great at isolating the chest, which hikers don't really need a ton of. So instead we're going to look at push-ups, which are going to work the arms, the chest, and the shoulders, as well as some back muscles. Way more benefit, a lot more functional, definitely a better substitution or a better option than doing the pec machine itself. Okie doke, so the next one is the hip abduction and adduction machine. This is when you sit in awkwardly, spread your legs, and then close them again. Could it be more awkward? So, things you could do in place of that exercise would be lunges, especially at angles, so like a 45-degree angle to the right or to the left. Even side lunges would be a great option here. Way more benefit, way more functional for the body than just this really isolating movement. Next up is the knee extension machine. This machine is super popular in gyms because it's great at targeting the quads. For hikers, I prefer more closed chain exercise, so an exercise where your feet are on the ground. A knee extension machine would be an open chain exercise where that foot's kind of moving through space. Has a purpose and it can be a great exercise, but maybe not the best option for hikers. Better options would be the deadlift, squat, single leg deadlift, Bulgarian split squat, pretty much any leg exercise except for that knee extension machine. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If so, please go ahead and like or leave a comment down below. Thank you and happy trails.